Welcome to today's video. This is the second part of this run, so be sure to check out the previous video if you've not seen the first part. Just as a quick recap, these are the rules that we're following for the run. We do end up breaking a few of these, but it's always with the intention of saving the number one rule to make sure that this truly is a no-hit run. We left off last time after having not too much trouble with Act 1 and getting through a lot of Act 2 without too much difficulty as well, ending up at the Shar Trials where we faced our first difficulty, which was trying to use the sacrificial bowl without taking any damage. And that's where we're going to start off today. Now, if you do enjoy the video, please consider liking and subscribing. I would really appreciate it. And be sure to follow me on Twitch. This is where all of that is recorded and streamed live, as well as other challenges like it. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Now, that's enough yapping from me. Let's just get into it. So the first thing we tried was to kill a rat and then throw it at the bowl, hoping that it would bleed into it. And that, maybe unsurprisingly, didn't work. Right. So we then decided to recruit Shadowheart in the hopes that she'd have a couple of spells that might work for us. So the first thing we tried was Warding Bond. Now the hopes being is that it gives you resistance, and therefore maybe half of the 1 damage will round down to nothing. This ended up actually doubling the damage that we took, which is completely the wrong direction. So that's not going to work. So then after that, I tried Feign Death in the hopes that having Warding Bond active as well as Feign Death maybe would double up our resistance and create a 0. It was never going to work, but I was hopeful. And as with that, Shadowheart was out of spells that I thought might be useful. So we went and got Gale. The spells of choice with Gale were a little bit more out there. First and foremost, we tried Gaseous Form. I was thinking that maybe because as a gaseous form, you don't have a corporeal form to, take damage with, we wouldn't actually take anything. And that didn't quite work out either. After trying that with Gale and running out of our last reasonable course of action, I then decided to go and look for a suit of armor that may have the reduction to slashing damage. Now, unfortunately, I looked through every single vendor I could think of that was still left alive and available through Acts 1 and 2, and unfortunately, the best I found was a set of armor that reduced piercing damage. I did try that as well. Believe it or not, 1 piercing damage removed does not affect 1 slashing damage taken. And that was my last big idea. I even tried using Blink, which is a spell that only works during combat. So I tried to get into combat with a rat, and it just wasn't happening. Although, I think even if we did get into combat with a rat, since it's a cutscene to do the blood thing, it probably wasn't going to work anyway. I was clutching at straws. It was at this point I took some time to try and think of other options. And the option I came up with was considering 4th level spells. Now, we're level 5 at this point, which does mean that we need to do quite a bit of leveling and XP grinding just to be able to hit level 7. But I thought I would deal with that later, because first we need to find something that works. And what I settled on was the spell Banishment. Now, fortunately, the trader in Last Light actually sells a scroll of banishment. So that made it a lot easier for us to give it a shot and decide whether or not we were going to need to level. So we tried it out, and
The bowl contains an...
oh my god! Yes! 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 Oh my god! Okay. 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 That works. And so, after having come up with a way to continue, at the end of a stream, I decided to deal with your gear in the only way that a bard can, and then head to bed. Time to convince you to kill yourself. It's a good roll. All right. Some of his boys dead. We're gonna do friends here, which is better than guidance because I think advantage is basically equivalent to a +5 mathematically or something like that. So this will work. Easy. Easy.
Kill Nessa.
Yes, please. Kill your dog, cat.
Stay very still.
Kill your dad. Your cog.
My beauty.
Well, have you considered killing yourself? Have you ever thought about killing yourself, friend? Friends. Oh my god. Yes.
You're wrong about this. I'll claw my way out of the furnace and eat you alive.
Look, I'm Jimmy the Rat, alright?
Damned.
There's plenty. Get in line, buddy. There's plenty of people trying to kill
Nicely
Jimmy the
played,
Rat.
Raphael.
I'll tell you that much for
Bastard.
free. Alright. Hey, looking real proud of yourself there, buddy.
Suppose Raphael will be pleased.
Only 150 in XP, eh? Crazy. So the next day, we decided to start off strong and go through these trials. Jimmy!
Stealth is a virtue derived from.
There we go. Look, see? No damage, dude. Let's go. I'm so excited. I'm so happy about that. Fantastic. Right, we've... So the first, with our new plan, was an absolute success. Well, it was sort of an absolute success. So at this point, I actually decided to break a rule. Because for some reason, you're not actually able to make your own allies fail a saving throw that you want them to fail. So I decided that I would just have a bit of a safe scum to make sure we could get the banishment off so that we could then continue on playing normally. Then came our next issue, and I'll say it now, our next rule break. So after getting our way through the front door of the self-same trial, it became very, very apparent we weren't going to be able to not fight these guys. Unfortunately, these characters seem to have a base level of level 7, so they're already a higher level than me. They've got way better stats than me. They have better spells than me. And they are completely immune to any type of pushing or anything like that. So you can't push them off the edge of the map. So with this, we had to break the next rule and actually deal some damage. However, radiant damage is doubled against them, so it was very, very quick. With that trial done and 2 rules broken, which is safe scumming and dealing damage, and actually another rule broken because we're not doing this bit solo, we then did the 3rd trial, which was actually just very, very quick and simple. Vanish. Perfect. No damage. Not 1 HP has been lost so far. It worked. Okay, we did it.
A long road ahead.
Well done, Sharp.
Moving in.
You did it. You did it, buddy. So, now that we've done that, we ended up just going pretty much straight to the Night Song's prison. And after trusting Shadowheart to do the right thing...
I'm meant to be.
Say nothing. I believe in you. I believe in you, Shart. I love you. You're my wife. You would never do this. You would never do this. You're a great, very nice person. You're wonderful. You're wonderful. You would never do this. Jimmy the Rat doesn't really care. No! 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 Shart! Alright, Jimmy the Rat maybe did not put in the requisite effort to make her a better person. Shadowheart is the smartest person we've met so far. She does not just trust Jimmy the Rat, and there's a good reason for that. And after convincing Shadowheart to do the right thing, Aelin was freed, and we were able to take on the next fight. So we headed straight to Moonrise Towers and got into the fight at the bottom. I mean, I guess we couldn't pick up a rotten fish. Gross. Rotten fish was hit for 1 radiant damage. Oh, that's holy fire. Right, okay, well, let's not stand on that, shall we? Okay. Alright. In we go, lads. In we go, fellas. I'll take a horseradish. Hello, suckers.
You dare show you have, and for what? These harpers. Moonrise will
surrender
be
and I'll let you
and
live.
in death, like a kid born.
Alright, they call me a traitor. So you know what I'm gonna do? Oh! You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna run outside. I humbly request that we get 1 enemy kill so I can make a little bit of XP. Just a small amount. All I'm asking. Tiny bit of XP. All I want. No? Yeah, well, that's our boys over and done with. How we get past them when they don't die? I just walk past. I'm invisible. They won't see me. None of them have see invisibility as an innate trait, so I can stroll right through the building and no one will ever know what the wiser. No, Tomelia! No! No! Whoever you were, Harper Anthony! No! Oh wait, Nias is... No, Nyasa! I got into the fight at the bottom. I mean, started the fight, ran away and went invisible, and then proceeded to watch every single ally that we had made perish. But that posed no issue for us because we just ran right past after looting everybody and started the fight on the roof. Now, I actually thought this fight was going to be very, very quick and very, very simple. To put it as kindly as I can, slightly overestimated Aelin. And it's got to be said, I definitely underestimated how strong Ketheric is. His AC is very high. He has a lot of HP and he deals a lot of damage. So after spending about an hour trying not to deal damage in this fight, I finally accepted that I was going to have to, and we ended up just doing whatever I could to move on. Oh!
My lord beckons me.
Okay. Now, it was here in this fight underground that I truly knew what despair was. You see, this fight underground had so many difficulties with it that I had not expected. I actually needed to reload before I came down here just so I could go and respec a few times. You see, this fight, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this, took me 11 hours to beat. And I had to break every single rule to do it. In fact, at the end, I had pretty much figured out exactly how to start off the fight to make sure we could get to the second phase. What we would do is we'd enter the turn-based mode, I'd go invisible, and I'd walk right up to the Illithid. I would then take a potion of flying, and then end my turn. That way I start off my turn with a full turn, as it were. I would then cast Thunderwave and knock the Illithid down on this general area, and that for some reason would create a surprise round instead of being a normal combat round, which we needed. I would then take a haste potion as my bonus action and also fly down to Aelin because we took the flying potion. That meant we could save the bonus action for the haste potion. We then had 2 actions, one of which to free Aelin and the second one to cast Spirit Guardians so we could do passive damage with the rest of the movement on our turn. We'd then end our turn, Aelin would come down and she'd fight a couple of the Intellect Devourers, and she'd probably kill 1, maybe 2 of them if she was lucky, and then also cast her Moonbeam. It would be then my turn again at the start of the next round where everyone's now involved, and we would do 2 fireballs to get rid of the Illithid, as well as doing passive damage to the rest of the enemies. On her turn, Aelin would go up and try and fight Ketheric, but he wouldn't be able to do anything to us, because he will just stay on the donut, can't really do a huge amount to deal with us. The Skeleborgs would then make their way down, and it would be our turn again, leaving us to just fly over to the Skeleborgs, deal passive damage once more, hit them with a couple of shatters to kill them, and then that leaves us with a bunch of rounds of just us versus Ketheric. As it turned out, though, that was not as easy as it sounded. We're still Spirit Guardianed up. Double Spirit Guardianed up on a Tuesday afternoon, Thursday afternoon, on a Friday evening. I did not get the Fireball stick either. That could have been good as well, but nope. Did not. Let's go right here then, I guess. She gets up. He misses his first attack. He hits the second, but he can't do much to me. I lose my turn because of haste. She gets up. Does nothing. He gets his turn. We make the first one miss. No, we don't. And now he hits me. Sake. 1 damage. Come on! No, 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 no! Fuck's sake! So my turn. Incubate Death is gone? No shot. There's no way.
What a fool you are. You cannot kill me. I am eternal.
I do need to get back into this, though. Believe in you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh. He's at 3. Dude, he's at 3. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. I picked the wrong time to join the Tom. I waited at least 30 minutes. That was at least a 30-minute wait. But finally, we made it to the second phase properly. Now, bear in mind, by this point, we're something like 7 hours into the fight, and I very quickly realized there was not a huge amount that we could do against the Apostle of Myrkul. No way. No way. No way. You see, unfortunately, the Apostle of Myrkul has a 19 AC, 326 HP, and has a map-wide saving throw spell that does half damage on success. There is nothing that we can do about that without evasion. Evasion being a thing that you can only have if you are a rogue or a monk. Jimmy the Rat does not have that. But even if he did, I can't think of a single way that ourselves and Aelin can together deal 326 damage after the fact. Now, you might be thinking, oh, well, you know, you could convince Ketheric to sort of throw himself into the pool right at the start of the fight, start phase 2 immediately if you convince him on the rooftop fight. Now, I didn't know that at first, but it wouldn't have really made a difference in the end, because dealing with the Apostle of Myrkul is next to impossible. The saving throw spells that he has that do half damage on a successful save are just insane. It covers the entire room, and trust me, I tried to find a way to avoid taking that damage. So I had to give up and accept I was going to have to break a few more rules. So I reloaded once again back before we came down to the underground part, because you can't leave it normally, and did what I really didn't want to. I went and collected every single bottle of wine and barrel that I could find. Now, unfortunately, because we've now freed the Night Song, you can't go back to Act 1, and I'd never planned to pick up barrels or use them, so we really had a limited amount of choice. Not to mention the fact that the sheer weight of everything that we're picking up was going to be incredibly hard to carry as a single character. But once we collected everything we could, we very slowly made our way down to fight Ketheric once again. We set up all the barrels, got ourselves to phase 2, and then set off the explosion. And we did, well, nowhere near enough damage. After a few tries of hoping that we just managed to somehow get low rolls, I ended up having to also lower the difficulty. So by this point, we've broken the Barrelmancy rule, we've broken the difficulty rule. I proceeded to then have to save scum even more so that we could try and get the right amount of damage on a turn where Aelin doesn't miss and doesn't get hit. I'd earlier had to break the solo rule, so I think we'd broken every single rule, but by this point, I was a broken man, and I'd accepted my fate of having to just lower the difficulty, use the barrels, and save scum my way to the end of the fight. 25. 25, Aelin, let's go, baby. And not in, like, the cool way, either. That's straight fire. Alright. 84% advantage roll. I may even do a little quick save right there. Sorry, what was that? What happened there? It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy that. It's crazy. I don't think she survives another round. I think she's done all she can. Just a little crit. A little crit. I was asking for just a little crit. Just a little one. A little crit would have been nice. Let's just see what happens with found my turn. He's at 11, dude. Don't pull us in. Okay, well. Okay, well. 11 is like, it's a lot to ask, but 2d10s, that's not that much above average. That might actually do it because of the holy fire. Fingers crossed.
Impossible.
If anything, right?
Death cannot take
It's give me the
me.
rat. You know what I mean?
I
It's
am its
almost like
master.
canonical to
My
rat my
lord.
way through this fight. You know?
Hear
To save
me.
scum, Aromancy. It's almost like it's in character and not immersion breaking for Jimmy the Rat to do some rat shit. You know what I mean?
am forsaken.
But we did it. We took no damage. So technically speaking, the run is still alive. Fuck your stupid door. I had to screw around the entire time to do it, but the run is still going. And that meant we could just enter Act 3. Sort of. Well, actually, we have to do the fight in the Astral Realm first. This fight, honestly, all things considered, actually isn't too bad. You can pretty much just thunder wave all of the enemies off the edge. Show you the moves right here. Let me show you the vibes. So that was the first move. There we go. But we do a little sending.
The rock resists
Off the
all
map.
attempts to
See you, sucker. I'm certain we can blast through Act 3. I'm about to make this quick as hell.
Going.
You should probably let me in.
Worms rocks
You should
closed for the
probably let
day.
me in. A 30 though, that is a big 30 that you're gonna want me to succeed on. Probably gonna get an natural 20 though. Well, in that
Watch I
case,
disorganise
how about
minstrels.
I make
It's your job to turn up on time with
donation?
everyone else.
no,
Sod off.
not a very good bard. It's got to be said. I am
Good try.
not a great bard. Wonderful. Let's just see how this goes.
This ends well.
Nope. And I thought I'd be able to. I'm surprised I can't. I know you can fly up there. But no Misty's. Oh, I actually do have knock. I forgot I bought knock. Oh, hang on. I can't Misty Step, but I can jump apparently.
Deceit. This alliance
My word is my
could
bond,
serve us
Gortash.
well.
We'll be allies, and Orange shall be
if it does-
dead.
Then let it be writ by the black hand of Bane.
Yes.
I, Lord Enver Gortash,
Yes.
swear I shall do you no harm.
Fantastic.
We will rise together over Toriel as a roaring sun.
Fantastic.
Let me demonstrate
Jimmy
why
the Rat
you made the right choice.
Is doing what he does best,
Your camp is compromised.
and he is ratting.
One among you is an imposter,
No.
a faceless.
No.
Who, I can't say.
Sus?
I'd suggest a thorough investigation. You'll find I speak the...
It was at this point we took a little detour for a couple of side quests that I'd planned. Down to 8. He's no longer a smart man, and he's now a silly man with a silly hat. But it covers up his baldness pretty well, so he's pretty happy about it.
Together.
Worked really, really hard.
Watch light be
Hello, guys. What's up, gang? Gang. What's up, buddy?
Enough.
All right.
The artifact was your last chance to prove yourself. And you there.
All yours.
No! You keep such shrewd companions, Shadowheart. A shame you didn't learn from them. Seize her.
Shar, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Shar. Jimmy the Rat. It's Jimmy the Rat.
Who cling to light are destined to lose it.
Fantastic. Be able to look into the mirror.
Surrender some
I
part
will
of
give
yourself.
up fortitude and well-being.
Something precious was still there. You feel the presence. It seemed where once the mirror showed nothing.
And then I want
there is now
warm to
something.
the guile of a bard who could charm even a dragon.
The memory of the dark.
There we go. Now, if we look at our stats, our constitution is 6 and our charisma is 21. Now, if you use a remove curse scroll, you would get this back. But I think it's far funnier to end the game with as few constitution points as I can possibly find. And having a con of 6 is hilarious. Now, I believe there is a way to get that to 1. Because I think you can... there is a curse. I think maybe it's the Tharsiot Codex. I think removes... like, makes all of your stats across the board -5. Which would mean we'd have a constitution of 1, which would be fucking hilarious. So I think we're going to go ahead and do that.
Bet I can crack that open.
Okay, dude. Okay, dude. Okay. I'm sick of it. All right, so I think if I pick up and read this book, I think my constitution should be 1. I have 3 hit points. Okay. Oh, it's just gone. Dude, I'm never curing this. I'm never curing this. This forces me to play it properly. Can I bring it lower? I don't... To my knowledge, I don't think there's any way to lower this even further. Even just by 1 permanently. I also think that lowering it to 0 would kill you. I'm pretty sure having a 1 in intelligence means you are dead, but I'm not too sure. Anyway, this is how we're finishing the game because it's absolutely hilarious. After completing our side quests, we then decided just to focus the end of the game. So we headed to this random house and read a letter. We went and found Dolor trying to poison some lady, to which he promptly disappeared. We then found him again, trying to kill some guy. Yeah, wob.
But together, we shall transcend.
Naturally stealthy. And seeing that this was a fight that we weren't going to be able to take, we just roped the guards into it. I mean, that's their job after all, right?
Probably.
Are they not going to get involved? Oh, they are. Let's go. I convinced Wob to come out and start a fight with me. So now the Steel Watch and 4 dudes are now fighting them. That's fantastic. That's exactly what we wanted. That's really good. Now we don't have to deal with the fight ourselves. Jimmy the Rat would never deal with a fight himself. Ooh, this... Oh. Oh, Steel Watch. Steel Watch. You're an absolute beaut. You know that. You know that, buddy. An absolute fucking beaut. Take the handbag. Read the thing. Once the guards had cleared that up, Jimmy the Rat grabbed the handbag and then headed to Candle Hollow so he could become part of some cult, I think.
Voice. So, speak for it.
Let's go with...
How was this?
Let's deceive this man,
creature's
shall we?
slave?
Easy deception. Easy deception. He's gonna believe it. Jimmy the Rat doesn't actually love killing. He'll do it. Oh, that's Sendai. He'll do the killing. He doesn't love doing it, but he'll do it. You know, if he has to.
Your offer use.
He's a great liar. You know, he's become a good liar. Ever since he put this hat on to hide his bald patch, as you can clearly see right there. It has given him a lot of confidence. It's got to be said. Lots of confidence gained here. Now, like I said, Jimmy the Rat, he's not best pleased about this. He doesn't really want to kill a celestial being, but ultimately, you got to do what you got to do to survive, and that's what Jimmy the Rat's all about.
You
Civilian, do not listen.
All right, sorry, Valeria.
Sorry.
Yeah, shit. Oh, that leveled us up.
behold, Father.
I'm actually
baptized in
shocked that
your
leveled us
most
up.
Wretched name.
We must have gotten a lot of experience from just passively doing stuff.
Unholy assassin.
All right, now Jimmy the Rat again. I can't stress this enough. He doesn't love this situation, but it's what he has to do to survive. And that's what Jimmy the Rat is all about. He is a rat. He is a cockroach. He's a mix of both. He's a rat roach.
His most unholy
He's a
will
cockhat,
be done.
you know? He's got to do what he can to survive, and what he has to do to survive is join these guys so he can go and murder Orin. So him and his best friend Gortash. There we go. Got there in the end. One of my characters was called Gorkanak. Gortash is his best pal. Gorty, his best friend.
I bestow upon you with
All right, thanks, Anshev. We actually get a feat here. To make our own lives easier, I'm going to pick Lucky. And now that we're some sort of unholy Baal cultist, apprentice, whatever, we headed straight to go and deal with Orin. So we went invisible and skipped over the power word kill fight. Just run right through. Failed a perception check. Not that I really care, because good luck surprising me. You can't. I have alert. I win. You lose. I think we still make this. Yeah, we make this in plenty of time. We don't really need to worry about oh, where are you going?
I'll give it a shot.
I guess she just moves away from you. Can you see her? Disgusting creature. And the thing about Orin is that I had grabbed the Iron Flask right at the start of the game for this specific fight. I figured if I set free the Spectator like you would a Pokemon, he would be able to take her on and kill her without a problem. I was very immediately proven wrong. And then one of those and see what happens. So we had to re-strategize, and I thought there might be a way to deal with this and deal with it very quickly to a certain extent, but the Thunderwave shouldn't work at all. This just shouldn't work. It shouldn't be allowed to get away with this.
The city bleeds quicker and quicker. Have more come to seek Baal's blessing?
There is no way. There is no way. I can't believe it. She has a saving throw with advantage, bear in mind, but only of a +3. And for some reason, the legendary resistance doesn't take effect there. So take this and take that maybe. She turned out to be one of the easiest fights in the entire game. Who decided to build this place on top of a chasm anyway? So that's Orin defeated with a first level spell. I don't even know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing out here, dude. They're acting real goofy right now. I can't believe that. Well, with Orin dealt with, we went back to Gortash. All right, Gorty, what's good, my boy? Hello, Mr. Gort.
I want to have a word.
Hello, Gort, my boy. Go and don't betray me, though. I'd really appreciate it if you didn't betray me here.
You have the Netherstones. They resonate with my own.
I do. Is I will be gathering our secret weapon to the end of the game. I have led Gale on this whole time. I had sex with him. I told him we'd go shopping together.
My time is yours.
All so we could hit this moment.
No rest for the wicked, I see.
I'm sure a few of you have figured out where this is going and headed in to the final sequence.
The brain has grown incredibly powerful. Confronting it is madness. But there's no other way.
You hear the echo?
If either of
Oh,
us
hang on.
falters,
I'll put
both
the
of
echo
us
on too.
die.
So that it's,
Come.
you know,
Let's end this.
I don't want to be immersion breaking here. Apparently this is a very echoey place. Forty, why are you making some weird noises like that?
You have played your
Oh, hang on. That's a little bit different.
The
He's getting
next
involved.
order to be given is mine, and it is this. Die.
Oh! Oh, wow. He wasn't very strong, was he?
His mind crumpled like a piece of parchment.
That was crazy. Did not expect that.
Come.
Come? Do you also have a part in...
It's
Come?
time to leave.
You also have a part in a... Paper scheme? And we found ourselves about to approach the really big fight before the end. Now, of course, Jimmy the Rat has made no friends whatsoever. So we didn't have anybody really to join us. But we do have Old Faithful. That's right. I cast invisibility on Gale, Jimmy the Rat, and our Mind Flayer friend. And you can actually just walk through this entire fight while invisible. You can just skip the whole thing, as it turns out. We are gonna go right up
ready.
to the top.
Are you?
Get in this now if you unleash the orb.
And I would die in the process just to win the favor of a goddess who scarcely cares for me. We discussed this at length. I thought you and I were of a similar mind.
Well, Gale, you see, buddy. You see, what it comes down to, my guy, my buddy, my old pal, Gale Aroni, is how about you just kill yourself?
I could simply tell you what you want to hear, then ascend by myself and seize the crown anyway. You know?
I know you won't. I trust you.
Sometimes I wish I were a more selfish man. Life would be so much easier. Alas.
You're right. The orb is the only way. All that's left for me to do is spirit you away to safety. Are you ready?
Yes. I'm ready. Bye, Gale.
There's endless wonder out there.
Jimmy the Rat!
Infinite possibilities.
Perhaps fate will bring us back together.
Before the universe dims.
Whatever, dude. Whatever. I was using this whole time because I wanted you to kill yourself at the end.
Fulgarmus.
I just needed to keep you placated.
Blandimenta.
Poor Gale, manipulated by Jimmy the Rat. But hey, what that means is we did in fact beat Baldur's Gate 3 without taking any damage. Now, you might argue, well, Gale took some damage. Well, but the game doesn't give you a number for the damage. There's no chat box with damage in it. So, you know, with Jimmy the Rat being safe, I think we can call this an easy W. Truthfully though, I actually do think this final fight wouldn't be too bad. I ultimately spent, I think, 3.5 hours in Act 3 total, because I kind of just wanted it to be over. Whereas I think if I'd have managed to get a couple more levels, perhaps get a couple of scrolls of Globe of Invulnerability, I'd have found myself able to get into the brain, cast the globe, and then just fire disintegrates away with a haste potion until the brain was dead without taking any damage. But this felt a lot more thematic with Jimmy the Rat in mind. I have to say this was an incredibly fun challenge up until the Ketheric fight. Well, you know what? I'd say about 6-7 hours into the Ketheric fight, that's about the point where I started to lose it. I was very, very hopeful for a very long time, and well, didn't quite work out. But this was a super, super fun challenge, and I would love to revisit it one day if I can figure out a way to deal with the Ketheric fight without having to break all of the rules I set for myself. Anyway, I want to say thank you so much for watching the video up to this point. I really, really do appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed. And make sure you let me know in the comments whether or not you think this counts as a fully, truly damageless run, or if by changing the difficulty, or if any of the other rules that I broke disqualify this as counting. Either way, I once again appreciate you being here so much, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye, guys.